Shalom, my friends, from here in Israel. I am at the scene of one of the ballistic attacks that killed children and families. There's actually still, where I'm standing, a person who's buried under the rubble, and so they're continuing their search and rescue efforts. I wanted to show you what it looks like when a ballistic missile from Iran hits. It's something I've never seen before, something the people of Israel have never seen before. These aren't the same missiles as Hamas has been launching, or even as Hezbollah has been launching. They're missiles that destroy blocks on end. It's hard to describe in words what I'm seeing, and so I want you to see it. And I came down here because the fellowship, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, were the first responders on the ground of humanitarian aid when things like this happen. All of these people, they lost everything in a second. They don't have a toothbrush, they don't have shoes, they don't have food, they don't have pajamas for their children. And so the fellowship is there before they need to get involved in any bureaucracy, file any papers. We're here on the ground distributing food, distributing aid. And that's what you, Christians and Jews, people who believe in life, who sanctify life, who cherish life, that's what you are doing through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. You're on the ground in places like this saying, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, comfort, comfort my people. And you're not saying it, you're doing it. Because we know this is a spiritual war right now. This is a spiritual war of good versus evil. Those of us who sanctify life versus death cults that are seeking death. And the fellowship stands for you here in ground zero with the people who need it most to provide those life-saving needs. So take a look at this destruction. These were apartment buildings where people were living, elderly, children, families. A family was killed here as they were going through cancer treatment for their daughter. This is destruction like I've never seen before, but I want to show you some hope in the despair. This is an apartment I'm standing in. You can see the kitchen. You can see what was the bathroom. And I want you to see, let me see if I could zoom in. This is the mezuzah on the wall, completely untouched. The only part that wasn't destroyed. Inside of it is God's word. Put it on your doorposts. Definitely, I believe now more than ever that when we put God's word on our heart, when we take actions to fulfill God's word, to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, he protects us. That mezuzah on the wall that's left untouched, that's the promise of Genesis 12:3. When you bless Israel, you're blessed. When you stand with God, you are blessed and protected in return. So thank you for enabling me and everyone at the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews to be your voice, to be here feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, sheltering the poor. We're placing bomb shelters in these poorest neighborhoods under rocket attack so that people can have some shelter. We're bringing food to the elderly as they're sitting alone with cracked windows from the ballistic missile impact. We are here on your behalf bringing hope. And thank you, thank you, thank you.